It has officially been an entire 24 episodes since we have seen Robin. An entire 22 episodes since we've actually heard him referred to by any character. And I'm just wondering, will Robin make a triumphant return in season 7? What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my sisters' content and conversations. We're dropping new videos, multiple videos, yeah, every single day, having the conversations that you want to have. And I've seen y'all in the comment section. Everybody's like, where's Robin? Where's Robin? What happened to Robin? Did Robin just disappear? Child, I'm wondering too. So of course I had to make this video for you to discuss. I went back to verify and we literally did not see Robin at all in season 6. And we also didn't get to see Hayden or Gary speak about him anymore. The season finale of season 5 is the last time we actually get to hear about his particular storyline. We know that Hayden and Gary were working together to do the hostile takeover at the law firm. And in season 5, episode 22, Gary is in Hayden's office and they think that they've won. It's 5 p.m. Robin had promised to have the additional $3 million into the bank account by that time, and he didn't. And Hayden is basically about to send an email to the partners to alert them of this. And that is the last that we hear of Robin. Prior to that, we get to see Robin in previous episodes where, Gary and Hayden come into his office to tell him about the additional raise on the call. And then prior to that, the last time we get to see him interact with Andi is right after the Zach and Aaron steam plant brawl, where he comes over to Andi's house to tell her about how Gary showed up at the restaurant and he told him that he actually had the money, he likes messing with him, blase blase boom. And going back and rewatching that particular scene, I am just so saddened by the lack of development with Andi and Robin. I know that their situation was complicated. I know that Robin wasn't perfect. And shout out to my good sis Allie Nick, who mentioned on our last Our Sisters Keeper that Robin never officially said that he wanted Andi to be his girlfriend.
Forgiveness.
Oh, who said you were forgiven?
Beginnings of forgiveness, then.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Maybe I don't.
I wouldn't do that.
I just had to ask.
Are you prepared to do that today?
Oh, I don't have to do that today. That was a fair question. You can't get this sensitive about these things.
I'm not being sensitive, Robin.
However, as we were getting up to the point of that particular episode and that particular moment, I thought that we were seeing him display jealous behavior and look at her a little bit more intently, and you get to see Andi really being into him. The moment where he's about to leave the penthouse and they're like, oh, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, cool. They look so intense. They look like they actually want more from each other. And yes, Robin has never verbally said it. However, out of all the men that Andi has actually engaged with, that Andi has actually dated, that Andi has actually sexed up, I feel like we've gotten the least in reference to story when it comes to Robin, and he had the most potential. Am I wrong? I mean, Paris was cool and all, but something about Robin just gives. And it makes you wonder what happened to him. Now, nothing has been officially announced in reference to the actor being cast into another show, similar to the Jake character who just kind of disappeared and was replaced by Bryce over on Fatima. But I have not been able to track down any of that being the case for the actor who plays Robin, which to me lends itself to the possibility that he could make a return. In season 7, we're actually getting new writers who are in charge of all the story that we're getting to see, which is why we're getting so many developing and nuanced storylines for everybody in the season. I personally feel like this would be the perfect time to make Robin return, because up until this moment, all of season 6 is basically the max timeline is 2 weeks, right? And at first, when And at first, when Hayden and Gary came in and they spoke to Robin about the additional $3 million that they asked the stakeholders to call for, Robin was like, in the contract, paragraph 3, it says I'm supposed to be able to pull up the additional amount in a reasonable amount of time. And a reasonable amount of time would have been 30 days. They want to push back and say that that's not a reasonable amount of time. And then he goes ahead and says 5 p.m. But I'm wondering, like, is that something that he could literally flex or probe at in the actual contract? Could he have come up with the money or negotiated with the actual stakeholders outside of Gary and Hayden and have been working in the background to keep his ownership percentage in the law firm? And that's why we don't see him. It's also not unfamiliar for us with the Robin character to see him disappear for extended periods of time, because when he was first introduced into the series, he was traveling back and forth between London and Atlanta. Now, I don't know if it's just hopeful wishing and excitement with the new storylines that's coming and the hope that the writers will reinvigorate storylines that we actually enjoy. Because even when I went back and watched, y'all, I was like, yo, they got rid of Robin for a whole entire season, but still kept cute. And like, it felt like Tyler kept the storylines that were whack as hell and got rid of the storylines that actually had some meat to them. And maybe the writers are going to go ahead and make it right. But honestly, y'all, there are no signs that point to it. The best thing that I could possibly say, and the straw that I can actually pull, is that we're getting a bunch of story specifically tied to Andi and her career in season 7. There's going to be a little bit of conflict. There's going to be an executive, Leland, who is coming down on her, who is looking at her with disappointment, and she could potentially lose her job. I do have a video on that. If you haven't checked it out, then do so after you watch this video. And that, to me, is also just opening the door for Robin to actually make a triumphant return. Since we're getting so much story that's steeped into the inner workings of the law firm, Andi's position, and even Hayden's position at the law firm, it would make sense for the other most notable character within the law firm ranks, Robin, to return and to have his presence be there. And then we could get a real final answer of what happened. Did the hostile takeover actually go through? Was Robin able to circumvent it? Is this going to be a part of Gary's fall, right? Gary was so hell-bent on getting Robin pushed out of the law firm, all because he didn't like that Robin was sexing Andi, which is wild because you have a whole fiance and a kid on the way over here, but okay. And in season 7, Gary's storyline is going to be him being investigated by the FBI and his ultimate downfall. Could Robin be a part of that as well? Coming back, putting up the rest of the money, keeping his stake, maybe firing Hayden and sticking it to Gary like, you thought you had me, but guess what? You didn't. I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm just a dreamer. Maybe I'm just hoping too much, but I feel like Robin could make a return. I feel like that storyline will be fire. If the new writers are fans of the show just like us, I feel like that could have been something that's bouncing around as they were working within the writer's room, and it could definitely be a storyline that would be introduced that could be a great surprise and a dope reward for us supporting the show the way that we have. This season of Sistas, season 7 of Sistas, will be the official marking for Sistas being the #1 female-led long-standing Black television series. So they are literally making history with this season. Even more reason why they should revitalize the storylines that were the best, introduce their new storylines, and make this seriously the best season of Sistas yet. All right, so those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the little clips, the little throwbacks to seeing Robin. Robin, we miss you. Come back. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that Robin is going to return in season 7? Do you want him to return in season 7? What were your favorite Robin moments? Let me know all of that and more in the comment section down below so that we can keep this conversation going. And then again, you can also check out my Andi or Hayden is getting fired video. It's linked right above. Let's go ahead and keep this conversation going.